today we're gonna review another classic car. So this is the 1981. So it's a W123 chassis. So this is a 300D. So this is a diesel car. So it's a diesel sedan, a 39-year-old sedan. So 39 years, look how pristine. It's in pristine running condition. So I'm going to show you the exterior, the interior, and we're going to do a test drive. I'm going to show you the engine bay as well. So if you come close, we have the classic Mercedes logo. All cars back in the 70s, even the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, this was the logo for Mercedes. So nakatayo siya. And we have that nice classic grille. That small Mercedes Benz here. And guys, here, if you look, these are original Bosch headlights from Mercedes. And it's glass, hindi siya plastic. So matibay. Look at how nice and clean it is. Then, you know, Mercedes also, there's a lot of chrome accents here. You got your chrome front trim here for the front bumper. Your front signal lights here. So ito, wala siyang fog lights. So just your headlights and your bright lights here. And these guys are the original tires of the W123. So these are 195/70 R14 Mercedes-Benz rims. So very simple and very classic. And you see here, medyo mahirap na to. There's a lot of chrome. It's hard to maintain this, and it sometimes nagrarust na siya, but this one is in pristine condition. See, chrome all the way here in the middle of the door, and also chrome in the bottom of the door as well. So all the way here, chrome here, nice handles here. So if you notice, 39 years when you show it, it's still nice and solid, no clunking noise. So it just shows how well cars were built back in the day. 39 years old, guys. And you got your nice long antenna here. So when you're on the radio, this pops out. Then when you're off the car, this will fold back. So there you go, the logo, the 300D. So meaning it's a 3.0 inline 5-cylinder diesel. So D stands for diesel. Then you got your traditional signal lights, rear lamps here, and your reverse light. Nice Mercedes logo. Look at how big. Look at how spacious, and you have your old school emergency device here. So look how big it is inside. It's like a size of, sometimes even bigger than compact SUVs nowadays. It's nice and roomy. Then you have your spare tire here. So nothing fancy here. Like I said, 39-year-old car. So guys, now we're gonna check the interior, and we're gonna check the engine bay and do a test drive. Now we're in the interior of the W123. So this is a 1981 300D, so diesel. So these are the classic Mercedes gauges back in the day. So 39 years old, guys, 108,000 kilometers only. So it's very low mileage. Everything's original from the dashboard. And you got your nice, simple aircon vents. So you got your switches for your blower, for your fan speed. So 1, 2, and 3, that's it. And you got adjustments for your cooling, your defogger right here, and you got your temperature control right there. And see, guys, the classic, it's original stereo with cassette player. Nice, original. You got your 4-speed automatic. So this, guys, has a drive, a sport, and lower gear. So it's a 4-speed. Then here are your switches for your windows. So the 2 front windows and the rear passenger windows right there. And see how nice. It has this nice dark blue or navy blue color for the dashboard. And of course, walang airbag yata to kasi I don't see any airbag. So I think back in the day, walang airbag. So, you know, cars were built like tanks before talaga. I mean, the chassis, the body, everything was sobrang tibay. So here you guys, you have your fuel, you got your oil, and you got your temperature. And this is your speed. Then of course, dito, normally RPM, pero this one is a clock, a traditional analog clock. So look at how big the clock is. So normally here, it will light up. I'll show you. This light, there you go. So this lights up. Pag nawala na yung light, then you could start the car. So that's the indication to start. Your manual adjustment side mirrors. But the nice thing with this, it does have power windows, like I said. And look at how nice the leather is for the doors. So nice and pristine, no cracks, nothing at all. Then you got your headlight switches here. So park light, then your light. There you go. Then bright dito. And your signal light here. And your washer. Then here naman, it's a foot brake. To release, you just pull this. Then to lock, just press it again. So that's your foot brake. And everything's, like I said, look at the leather. It's so nice, and it's so, there's a nice padding to it. You know, even back in the 81, ang ganda, you know, quality talaga. That's why, after 39 years, it still looks like this. And look at the seating of the car. Has a nice pattern to it. And you got your visor. Wala siyang mirror, just a normal leather padded visor. This one has. So it's very simple, diba? Walang cruise control, nothing like that. No stereo buttons like the new cars. So like I said, indication lang ng bright, your battery, your foot brake, and your brake pads. That's about it. So it's very simple Mercedes-Benz W123. So guys, let's check the back seat of the W123. So look at the interior, right? Nice, that nice navy blue color. You got your power windows here. Look at the back seat, very simple. No buttons, no power outlet, no rear aircon, just a simple back seat. But the nice thing with back seats, when you sit in an older car normally, like this one, it feels like you're sitting in a nice couch in the house. That's the feeling you get with older cars. So even the pillars, right? This part, in today's market kasi the cars, hindi siya leather, this part. It's normally fabric lang. But this one is leather. It's full leather. So attention to detail back in the day pa lang. And this is the whole dashboard right here, the front. You got your nice center armrest here, and a lot of space to put, you know, your wallet and stuff. So even the back seat wala siyang pockets, stuff like that. But there is a ashtray right here. Kasi ano mo, before uso mga ashtray. Ngayon, I don't think there are a lot of ashtrays in cars nowadays. So guys, that's the back seat of the W123. So guys, let's check the engine bay of this W123 300D. So you just have to pull it and lift it up to open the hood. There you go, guys. So this is a 3.0 inline 5, so it's a 5-cylinder engine. It produces 87 horsepower and 172 Newton meters of torque. So guys, this is a diesel, not turbocharged, just a normal diesel engine. You have your air filter here, and you got your oil filter, your brake fluid here, your big battery there, your washer fluid, and all your belts are here. So it's very easy to work with. If you look at the car, there's a lot of space to work on the car, to change the hoses, to change the fan, your coolant tanks right here in front, your radiator. But the nice thing with this car, it was built not for speed but for comfort. So it's very, very economical. As you can see, it's a 39-year-old engine, so it's very durable and reliable. 170 Newton meters of torque, for me personally, that's not bad for 39 years, you know. Back in the day, I guess this was really fast, but in today's market, you know, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, top speed of this car is noted at 155 kilometers. That's your top speed. That's pretty fast. But even at 100 kilometers, that's pretty decent nowadays. So guys, this is the 3-liter inline 5 diesel engine from Mercedes. So guys, let's do a test drive on this 1981 300D. So always use your seat belt. So we're gonna drive with the windows down. Enjoy a little breeze, a little fresh air. not a fast car, but as you can see, it drives very well. It's very smooth. You know, the nice thing with older cars, because makapal yung tires and the rims weren't that big, you really get that nice ride. And like I said, this is an E segment car. So back then it would compete with the Audi A6, compete with the 5 Series BMW back in the day. Look at how nice. I mean, original interior. And it had power windows. This has power windows on all 4 windows. So okay siya. So it's a 4-speed automatic. And medyo maingay siya ng konti because of the diesel. But once you close the windows and you on the aircon, it's you know, you don't hear it that much. It's not bad. The nice thing when you're driving this car, you can see the Mercedes logo in the front. So it's also indication when you do park it, because wala nga tayong front and rear sensors. You know, it's a gauge to see na malapit ka na sa wall, diba? It's easy to park. Like I said, 172 Newton meters, no turbo. So you really have to press the car for it to move. But once it reaches a certain speed, okay na siya, good cruising speed na siya. So the suspension, see, it's nice and comfortable. It's not too bouncy. Like I said, it's not too firm. So now, so guys, this car walang RPM gauge, just speed, oil, your temperature, and your fuel. That's it. And a big clock on the right side of the gauge. So wala siyang RPM. So, you know, I read the spec sheet of this car. 0 to 100 kilometers in 18 seconds. So it's very slow. You know, today's market, like I said, 18 seconds is actually slow. But like I said, it was not built for speed. It was built to drive like this, for comfort. To enjoy, you know, on a Sunday drive with your family. Very simple gauges. Your aircon, your radio. So even the radio, still the original radio. Meron pa siyang cassette. So it's a Decker Europa cassette player. Not bad, you know. Galing talaga. So you're driving a part of history. You have a nice armrest here. So now we're going around, this is 60 kilometers now. It's nice, very comfortable. You got your nice leather interior here, with your interior lights here. There you go. You got your sunshade here. Very simple. Of course, walang power side there, so it's manually adjusted here. Right here, manual siya. Ang maganda dito, the aircon vents. If you look at the new Mercedes-Benz, they got the old style Mercedes aircon vents, like turbine aircon vent style. So it's round. Tapos if you look at it, it looks like the engine of the jet, of a jet engine right there. That's why I appreciate older cars, because you don't see them on the road, you know, as much anymore, of course. Because a lot of the older cars pinabayaan na. So this one, inalagaan to, so it's a Sunday car. So it's nice to see cars like this on the road, and I hope more people will buy cars like this, you know, and appreciate cars like this. In today's market, I think you could buy a not really good condition one for 150,000 pesos. Pero a good condition one could range from 300 to 450, depending on the engine spec and the condition. So this, guys, the kilometer readings, 108,000 kilometers lang. Yan lang yung tinakbo nito in 39 years. So that's not a lot. This car was imported from Spain, brought here, I think the year was 2008 when it was brought here in the Philippines, in Manila. So from then on, from 2008 to 2020, this has been in the Philippines. Loved and taken care of. You guys keep safe, and thank you.
Change your mind, 'cause I wasn't there.